Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for coming. My name is Tamara Reid. I am the Rise Up program lead at Kingston. I'll let Ana and Kiu introduce themselves before I jump in.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ana Souto, and I am an associate professor in inclusive practices and architecture at Nottingham Trent University. Glad to be here.
Afternoon all, my name's Kiu Sum. I'm currently a lecturer in dietetics and human nutrition at London Metropolitan University.
Amazing. Thank you, Kiu. So yeah, we're really excited to be giving this presentation, which we had the chance to do at Raise, and is a sneak peek at our upcoming reflection article, whatever you want to call it, on our experience of the Raise Network Buddy Scheme. So yeah, so hopefully kind of in this next 15 minutes, we hope to kind of share our story and really highlight the importance of human-centered collaboration in higher education, particularly at a time when many of us are navigating a lot of systemic pressures and challenges. We've got shifting identities and quite large emotional demands. So yeah, hopefully we can give you some insight into how the scheme has supported us. I'm going to hand over to Ana.
Thank you, Tamara. So obviously you are all part of this scheme, so you know very well what this body scheme is. But we were part of the first cohort, I believe, in 2023, and the call for contributions was, a bit vague. Just get together and do something together. But I think the three of us have been connected to race in many different ways. We have attended the conference or conferences. We have attended SIG events online, in person. We are aware of the journal. We are publishing there. And I personally thought, if Race is organizing it, is a good way to engage in further collaborations with other people. At the time, I was also doing the Aurora program, and I found that the Aurora program was a bit. At that time, I thought it was a bit negative because there were all these women just moaning about how difficult it is to be a woman in higher education. So for me, it was also useful to create this connection only with two other people, and we didn't know it was going to be just female members of the staff. But it was very important to get a more meaningful connection through this body scheme. And I think, what Race is asking is this as an opportunity to communicate, collaborate as professional development as well as networking. And I think for us, it was just a good foundation to get together. So if you want to pass to the next one, Tamara. So the why, again, is very broad, and it moved over time, as it will be reflected upon later on. But again, I think one of the main motivations was to know what other people in other institutions are going through. Because again, very often when we are networking at conferences and other events, we may be talking about our research, our scholarship, the projects that we are presenting, but not necessarily engaging in further conversations about the status quo of HE. So for us, it was a very important space for reflection and growth, and this idea of understanding that things that are happening to us individually are not just about our institution. They really match up with that higher education landscape. And it was a good way for us to engage in a deeper connection, which was very important for us, not only as professional development, as what Race wanted us to engage with, but it was also very important for our own well-being, just to share our stories in a very authentic way with other colleagues. So I pass it on now to Kiu. Thank you.
So I'll be just talking a bit more about what it means to us as a group, but also the application going forward. So what does this space means to us? So as Tamara and Anna already spoken, we got budded up through this scheme, but at the same time, I don't want to say too much because we're going to be publishing the article in 2026, which is very exciting. But for us, this space was not just us supporting each other, but I think we've also felt that it's created this relationship where we are able to share everything that we've been going through professionally, whether the challenges of in our career, understanding where we fit in terms of our own identity, but also how we can develop our own skills and experiences in ways that we've never thought about. So every time we meet, it all kind of becomes a therapy session, not just sharing and dumping or ranting the challenges we face, but coming up with solutions of how we can support each other on how we can be able to move forward. But I'm sure as colleagues here that there are many challenges and complexities in higher education. So yes, it's all about having that mutual care, having that emotional honesty with each other, but also being critical buddies to each other. Next slide, please. So in terms of shifting the expectations of what we intended to be when we signed up to this scheme, is that it's changed or evolved in a way that, yes, we are very different in terms of our backgrounds, our and where we are in our career. So for example, we've got Anna, who is very senior in her career compared to Tamara and I, and it's given them that experience, but also that mentorship where we can collaborate and share ideas. So it's very much bringing the reality to those meetings, but at the same time we are learning about each other, learning the things that we've expected this scheme to be. It's not just about how we can develop our knowledge or expectations in higher education in terms of student engagement, but knowing that it goes beyond what the buddy scheme is all about. And I think I feel like we can go further. I don't know how many more years we can do in terms of this whole mentoring buddying scheme, but I feel like it's not just within the whole race community, but it's depending on, I don't know, let's see how far we can go, right? And maybe in 10 years time we're still talking about the same things, but actually experiencing what we've gone through as a group, if that makes sense. But we've done many collaborations together, and well, many, I hope many in the years to come, but we are doing things together. That's very exciting, and things that we know hopefully can help change. So in terms of final reflections, I pass this now back to Tamara.
Thank you. So yeah, as Q said, as we're kind of continuing into this next year of our kind of buddy relationship together, we hope to continue to support each other and continue to work on new projects. So we're hoping to have a new project to work on this year in collaboration, having some form of output to support the work that we all do kind of in the student staff partnership space. But I think overall, the experience really reinforced, as I said on the slide, the value of intentional and inclusive human-centered spaces in academia. And for me, kind of when I came into this mentorship scheme, I didn't realize I really needed. And, you know, if it wasn't for Q and Anna, I wouldn't be trying to do my PhD right now. So I'm really grateful to have them and to have had that opportunity to not only try and do an output, but really connect at a kind of more personal level to help us navigate, you know, what is a very crazy higher education landscape right now. So I don't know if Q or Anna have anything else to add.
Yeah, maybe can I add that even though I am the oldest one in the group, I'm I am not the only one mentoring. I think we all come from very different backgrounds, and we all have something to say about many things. And I think rather than the old traditional structure of mentoring, just because you know more or have more experience or are older, I think peer mentoring is also very important to share your, whatever your expertise is and your experience across. But to me, this body system also has the opportunity to share that accountability. I think very often in academia we are working individually, on our outputs, just getting things done, and sometimes it's very difficult with the pressures of everything that we have to do at the same time. And when you are working with other people, these collaborations help you in terms of, let's meet. And sometimes the meetings just were, we didn't do anything. I didn't have time, I was marking, or this period is impossible, but we kept the meeting just to say that. So there was an accountability and a moment to say, okay, when do we find the next meeting? And that's fine. For us, most of the meetings were online, but when we managed to spend some time in London together, it was a very meaningful day because there was time enough to relax, not on Teams. I noticed that when we were in Glasgow doing exactly the same presentation, we were a lot more dynamic. But I think on Teams, when you just have to, you don't want to interrupt the other one, so it's almost a bit more organized. And similarly, when we were in London together, it was a bit more of breath. And time to explore how to work together, and we shifted in our outputs. We had something in mind, and then we realized that just reflecting about the process was as relevant as creating a toolkit on anything else. But it created a very strong foundation for our collaboration to keep working in the future. So yeah, that's my bit.
Just one thing to add is that sometimes I've been in different kind of buddy mentoring scheme where the partnership was not matched very well. And if the matching was not done very well, then it's a struggle to keep that mentorship, that journey continue. But I think through this one, I think James, you've done very well for matching the three of us. I don't know how you do it, but yeah, it seemed to work. Otherwise, why would we still be talking to each other? But yeah, I think the buddying, the matching is very important. Whoever's seeing this recording, or if we are to partake in any other mentoring program, is that there needs to be shared values or shared goals for that group to work. But yes, it's been good.
Yeah. Well, thank
wonderful. Thank you for your presentation. Thanks for sharing those nice reflections.